Ahead of the other classes is I completely skipped over factorized. Do you know why? Has appeared once in 8 or 9 years, and it takes way too much time. And we went, this always appears every year. The minus b formula, yeah? So you look up the minus b formula on your tables, which is at the front of your tables. And now I want you to make your a, b, and c values here. What's a? B? Minus b? C. I want you to put it into the calculator and tell me your two answers. All right. Now what do we get here, guys? 5 here. Here. Down here. Over here. Okay, into the calculator with it, isn't it? People got x equals a half. And what's the other one? Minus 3. Now, yeah, we'll just leave it at that for the time being. I'll teach you how to factorize in 6th year, okay? If I need to. But you won't. You won't need it. So it is this question here, right? But for argument's sake, imagine I wrote it differently. Imagine I wrote it like this. Okay, and I've scribbled that out. Because this is the way I'm going to present it in the exam. I'm going to present it in the exam like this. Is that okay? Now, yeah, just leave the... So, why do I call this one the linear? Does anybody remember? It has no squares or no x multiplied by y's, okay? This one's called the quadratic. Now, you'll see this in the test. Solve for x and y. Yeah, can you do one thing for me? Get y on its own. So what happens when you get y on its own when you move to 2x on the other side? Okay, and then you replace y with, and then multiply it out and hopefully get a minus b. So you sub in the 10 minus 2x squared. You do x squared. You have to write that out twice. Okay? And then you can bring the 25 over because you want it equal to 0. And then you have to do the 4 lines. No, I'm not going to do the 4 lines. Leave it to you guys to multiply out the 4 lines. Okay. So I got x squared, and what you told me, 10 by 10 is 100. 10 by 2x is 20x. Minus 2 by 10 is another 20x. A 2x by 2x is 4x squared, and then a minus 25. And then we got 4x squared plus x squared is 5x squared minus 20 minus 20. X. 100 take away 25. 75. Now you guys are going to do the minus b formula. A is 5. B is minus 40. Minus b is plus 40. C is 75. This is a very long question. And as I said, even the O1 students struggle to get this out. Remember, it's b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You got 5 and 3? Now, here's the good news, okay? You're now on 13 out of 15. Okay? So you put in the numbers here and you got you got 40 minus 40. You got what's it, 5 and you use your calculator for the minus b formula, and you told me you got two answers. You got 3 and 5. Okay? Now, if you go back, see the way it's 10 minus 2x. So the y value is 10 minus 2 times the x value. Well, you have to do it twice because one of the x values is one of the x values you use is 3, and the other x value you use is 5, and you have to work them both out. So if you have two x values, you need two y values. 4 now. 10 minus 2 times 3, 4. And the other one?
I got 2.
No, it's not. It's a 3. 10 minus 2 times 3 is the same as 10 minus 6. And the other one's 10 minus 2 times 5, which is 0. John, show me what we got. So, the deal is we have 9 to the power of 2x minus 3 equals 1 over 27. With indices, the big numbers have to be the same. So remember I'd say 3 to the power of x equals 3 to the power of 4. What would you tell me the x answer is for that? Because the big numbers are the same, you can then say that the indices are the same. So when you see this type of question come up, the word you need to remember is indices. Then you go to the front of your paper and you go indices. Is that all right? Okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put 9. I want you to change the 9. Jay, you use shift fact. The rest of you guys press exe and then you go prime factors. The same for the 27. I want you to change them. So Jay got 3 to the power of 2. Who got 3 here? Okay. Now, there's rule A, rule B, rule C, rule D, rule E. Agreed? Now, what I'm going to ask you guys is the following. In this box here, which rule do you think you should use and why? Jay there told me it's C. Why does he think it's C? Does anybody know? Maybe he can explain it to us. No, you're right. One big number. Sorry. One big number. One big number. One indice. One indice. And then a second indice. A second indice. It matches rule C. And in rule C, you multiply them. So multiply the two indices by each other. And what you get when you do rule C? Go on. What do you think? 2 times 2x and 2 times minus 3. And what you get?
4x.
Yeah. Minus 6. Now, don't be too disappointed. You got marks for doing 3 to the power of 3 and 3 to the power of 2. You got marks already. You don't have to get it completely right. Now, what do we think about this rule here then? I'm going to move my box here. What do you think about this one? Which rule do you think it looks most like? There's a number 1 on the top and it's a fraction. It looks a lot like E, yeah? And what does E say? You turn the power on the bottom to a minus. So any guess what that could be? 3 to the power of? Well done. You remembered. What do we get? And then you bring the 6 over to your side. And it becomes a plus 6 now. Because it was minus and now it's plus. And then x equals 3 over 4. Right? Everybody in the class can do the next one, okay? Next one's an easy one. Very easy. Pops up occasionally. And just using your calculator will get you full marks, okay? Do you see this next question, part B? And it's just here. Do you see this question? All you do is, see the way there's the left side of the equals, and then there's also the right side of the equals. Just lob the left-hand side of the equals into your calculator and see what happens. Just put it in and see what happens. Did anybody get the purple part as 3 root 3? Oh, sorry, not extra 3. 3 root 3. When you chuck it in the calculator. You didn't? Did you enter it properly into the calculator? X has to be. If the root 3's are the same, what does X have to be? Yeah, because it has to be the same. So X must be 3. So you just say 3 equals X and you're done. X element n means it's a natural number. It's a whole number bigger than 1, which 3 definitely is. Now, we did one of these a minute ago. What was the general rule I wanted for all of them? I want all the big numbers to be the same. That's the first rule. Anytime you see a square root, what can you replace it with? Well done. I just asked you to learn that off, didn't I? So there's actually no real understanding there. I just asked you to remember anytime you see a square root, I just want it to be changed to a half every time. Is that okay? Now I need you to do the shift factor, prime factor thing. I need all the numbers to be the same. So what you changed 27 to? Yeah, you did it in the last question, wasn't it? So you do prime factorization. Put 27, press EXE, then press prime factors, and you should be able to turn it into 3 to the power 3. Okay? Now, what I need you guys now to do is figure out what rules you're using and why. What rule are you going to use for the pink box? What rule are you going to use for the black box? So 3 is actually 3 to the power 1. So I actually see 2 small numbers and 2 big numbers. So I think we're going to use A. And what's A? Add them. So what happens when I add the 2 of these? No, that's multiplying them, adding them. 1 plus X. The black box, which rule do you think it pairs up with? A, B, or C? 1 big number and 2 small numbers. And what you do in that case? Multiply 3 times a half. So in your calculator, put 3 bracket a half and see what happens. Now we're nearly done. What can I say next, guys? Now once again, any attempt, I can give you marks. Now what's next?
Oh yeah, because the trees aren't the same, so you just do 1 plus X equals 3 over 2.
Yeah. See that 1? Bring it out to your side and take it away. 3 over 2, take away 1. One over 2. Okay. Now, what did I say about all the numbers on the bottom? What do I always say about them? I say that as well. But anything the other ones have, they want. It's like having 3 children. The pink one, the yellow child, and then the dotted black one, right? There's 3 of them. And they all want the same stuff. The pink one looks over at the yellow one and the black one, and what does it say? Multiply. I want a 2, and I also want an X minus 1. Is that right? And then, so when you do that, whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. The yellow one looks over, and what does it say? I want an X, please. So I have to put an X on top. And I want a 2, please. You have to put a 2 over here. Next one. The 2 looks over, and what does it say? Perfect, all right? Now, here's what I want from you guys. You multiply 2 at a time. Never 3 at a time, 2 at a time. What's 1 multiplied by 2? And then you're going to multiply 2 by X minus 1. Yeah, I'll let you do it in a minute. What's 1 multiplied by X? And then multiply that answer by 2. And then you do 3X multiplied by X and 3X multiplied by minus 1. Off you go, well as we can be. Okay, who got 2X minus 2? A 2X. And then a 3X squared minus. Now, here's the bad news, okay? We'll add them together and we'll get 4X minus 2 and 3X squared minus 3X. Is that okay? Gonna move it all to the left. I'm going to get minus 3X squared. I'm going to get 4X plus 3X, because see that 3X on the right? Minus 3X on the right becomes plus 3X on the left, and that stays as a minus 2. Now, I'm going to add the middle section together. Now, here's where it gets a bit awkward. you have a choice. Your choice is you can do the minus b formula from here. You can say that the a value is minus 3, the b value is 7, the minus b value is minus 7, and the c value is minus 2. You can magic wand both sides if you want. And then in which case a would be 3, b would be minus 7, minus b would be 7, and c would be 2. We're on the final leg here. We all decide that we just leave it as a minus. I'd like you all to do the minus b formula and then we're done.
So you got this, said that this is easy.
No, I didn't. Quite the opposite. I said, I think what we're aiming for, once again, if it's on a bit of the too long side, I think what we're aiming for is just giving the numbers the same denominator and attempting to multiply it out. That will get us 8 out of 15, okay? Okay, so one sec, minus 7, minus 3, 4 times minus 3 times minus 2. And you said the two answers are x equals? X equals? I think it'd be like a I don't think it's minus 3. What? Oh, sorry. Thank you. So what you guess the answer? Minus 3. I don't think the answer is minus. Okay, so 1 over 3 plus or minus? Plus 1 over 3? And then the other one? 2. And we're done.